This is a Transportation TV News Update Year in Review 2009. I'm Tony Dorsey reporting. Since our February 2009 launch, Transportation TV has created more than 100 original videos covering the industry's top issues for 2009, the new administration, safety, policy issues, the environment, and transportation investment and finance. The biggest investment story of the year by far was the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. Signed into law February 17th, Transportation TV has tracked ARA's $40 billion investment in transportation, $27 billion going into highway and bridge improvement projects, and an unprecedented $8 billion for high-speed or intercity passenger rail projects. As of December 10, 2009, the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee reported that 7,888 highway and transit projects were either underway or had already been constructed, creating or sustaining 210,000 direct on-project jobs. That was the good news. The economic downturn was the bad. Declining tax revenues forced a second congressional rescue of the highway account of the Highway Trust Fund in 2009, and declining state tax revenues remain a major concern for state DOTs, forced to continue making cuts in projects, programs, and people. The administration's transportation team has grown through 2009. In February, shortly after his confirmation as Secretary of Transportation, former Illinois Republican Congressman Ray LaHood spoke at Aashto's annual Washington briefing. Secretary LaHood called all 52 Transportation Department CEOs to the White House office building for an informal face-to-face meeting. The Secretary has added some familiar faces to his team, including FHWA Administrator Victor Mendez, a former Aashto president and director of the Arizona Department of Transportation. The team now in place, Transportation TV will continue to bring you the White House perspective via the newest channel on its lineup, View from the Administration. Recognizing that autos and light-duty trucks contribute 16.5% of the greenhouse gases in the United States, Aashto launched a new website dedicated to illustrating what states are doing to reduce these emissions while sustaining the transportation services people and businesses depend upon. The website outlines Aashto's commitment to helping to achieve the goal of reducing U.S. greenhouse gas, GHG emissions, 80% by 2050. States continue to lead the way toward improving highway safety. In November, Transportation TV was there when Secretary LaHood presented the state transportation departments of Arkansas, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Washington with awards from the Roadway Safety Foundation and the Federal Highway Administration for innovation in operations, planning, and roadway design to reduce traffic accidents and deaths. And we covered Secretary LaHood's Distracted Driving Summit, addressing the dangers of teen texting behind the wheel. And we told you about actress Michelle Yeoh, famous for her starring roles in movies like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and Memoirs of a Geisha, teaming up with Tony Kane, Aashto's Director of Engineering and Technical Services, at the National Press Club to urge Congress to join the fight against a worldwide road death epidemic. Some of the top policy issues making headlines were Aashto's release of two hard-hitting reports designed to encourage congressional action. The Bottom Line report released in April calls for a $166 billion annual investment in highway and bridge projects and another $59 billion a year for transit projects to repair and modernize those systems just to keep up with population growth. In May, Aashto and Tripp released the Rough Roads Ahead report. Reporters at a press conference in suburban Detroit learned that rough roads cost the average American motorist approximately $400 a year in extra vehicle operating costs. Drivers living in urban areas like Detroit are paying upwards to $750 more. That's money spent repairing vehicles, not damage-causing rough roads. Aashto continues to make the case for greater and smarter investments in transportation, releasing in December 2009 a new list of ready-to-go transportation projects that can begin construction quickly, helping to create thousands of well-paying jobs. These are just a few of the many highlights of 2009. Now with a look ahead at the coming year, Aashto Executive Director John Horsley.
The first next shoe to drop will be an answer, and I think we'll know by the end of January, will there be yet a second jobs program using transportation investment to lead the way. The second thing that we have to achieve in January is an extension of the highway and transit program, a long-term extension of the program. And if that can pass, that will restore the baseline of the core program to $42 billion. If it doesn't, we'll be stuck for the year at $30 billion, which will hurt the entire country. I'm optimistic on the jobs bill. I'm optimistic on the year-long extension and full funding for the year. But what I think everyone needs to be concerned about is how do we fund the long-term future of the federal highway and transit program.
That's the Transportation News Update Year in Review. I'm Tony Dorsey.